What is wrong with Jalen Duren? During these playoffs, he's only averaging about 10 points per game with 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and he's also averaging 2.4 turnovers, an absolute shell of himself in these playoffs. We just saw him have an all-star season where he put up about 20 and 10, and he was shooting about 65% from the field. In these playoffs, he's only shooting 50%, and you have to remember he doesn't take three-pointers. All of those attempts have been from 2, and he is absolutely struggling in all departments for this Pistons team that is now down 3-2 against the Cleveland Cavaliers in the second round of the playoffs. And we just saw him get benched for the entirety of the fourth quarter and overtime in Game 5 in place of Paul Reed, who was their third-string center for most of the season. Not something that you want to see from your second-best player. But why is this happening? Why is Jalen Duren struggling so mightily? I think a lot of it has to do with his offensive limitations. He cannot stretch the floor whatsoever, and he also doesn't have a great post game for a big man, so they've kind of exposed him these playoffs. And they're even shutting down the lob threat, which was a big factor in his scoring this season. That and putbacks off of offensive rebounds. They've kind of limited the offensive rebounds he's been getting, so at times he's just looked unplayable. And for me, a lot of it has to do with the team structure as well. They don't have a lot of shooters out there, especially when a guy like Duncan Robinson is out for Game 5. It makes it even tougher. They've been relying on guys like Tobias Harris, Dennis Jenkins, and Karis LeVert to be their secondary shot creators and their shooters in general, and that just has not been consistent enough for the Pistons. They can obviously still win this series, but it's going to be tough to go any further in the playoffs when you have to bench your second best player in Jalen Duren for a third-string center. Obviously, Duren's going to have to work on a lot in the offseason, especially when it comes to his post game, because his offensive threat has just not been there. And when you pair that with his defense not being as good as it was in the regular season, it's hard to put him on the floor in crucial moments of the game. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think the Pistons can win this series, or do you think the Cavs wrap it up at home in Game 6?